Why do we continually strive to have an effect? I want to be effective. I want to affect life, people. I want to impress people. I want to like people. I want them to like me. I want to have effect on God. Look what I'm doing, God. Hope it's good. I want to have an effect on this planet, our home, for now. Is it natural? Is it just our true self? Or is it our mind trying to convince us that's the way we have to be for a particular reason? For a particular past biblical book, for a particular governing body, for a particular culture, for all our predecessors, our past relatives that strived to have an effect on our future, which is now their past. You could go on examining worlds, examining life. That's what we do. And we have fun. Sometimes we get some recognition, some status. Sometimes we know that we're helping people even though they don't know. And sometimes we just even don't know we're having an effect just by being here. So we have two types of effect: the planned effect, the needful effect, the desiring effect, what we call a natural longing to be effective in this world of people and life. Or we have an effect just by being here. We don't even have to call on thoughts or mind to just have an effect. I read my first book, you won't believe this, when I was 45. I read the books they forced me to read in school. Yes, I said I did. I told them I did. But in this book, I think it was called The Celestine Prophecy, which was deemed quite a spiritual book, I believe. But I enjoyed it. And at the start of the book, the writer is in a restaurant and he says, or she, John Redfield, yeah, he says, I was sitting in the restaurant and this man walked in and he shone like a beacon. For years after reading this, I waited for someone to come into my life that shone like a beacon. Never happened. Probably didn't understand what shining like a beacon means. To some it might be, whoa, this guy looks confident, this guy looks cute, looks able, looks as if he's floating on a cloud. I don't know, see? And then during my awakening, this Sadhguru walked into my restaurant and it hit me. It shone like a beacon. I understood the book many years. Not many years, maybe 7 years after. Now I don't have to look, because I realized it was just a book. It was a fictional story of someone trying to have an effect on our psychological state, our spiritual state, our social state. By writing, we're putting an effect on other people. The reason I don't have to look is not because of this Sadhguru that constantly shines like a beacon. Is that everyone in my life shines like a beacon. Everyone that I perceive, I see, shines like a beacon. Now, is it because I understand now fully, having had the experience of what shining like a beacon means? Is it that my mind is now engaging with, the programmed, conditioned way of, yes, shine like a beacon, shining, oh, look, shining. So in that conditioned, programmed way, the experience outweighs the thoughts that need to want to understand what the experience is. Now it's very obvious to me. If I have a thought, how do you feel about jumping from an airplane with a parachute? I don't say what I used to say. Oh, I can imagine that. I don't think I like that. Oh, or I would deeply love that. Or, I may have to have some practice. Because the imagination can outdo the experience. And the end product is, have you ever jumped from an airplane with a parachute? No. But I can imagine what it would be like. I thought about it for days. I nearly did it, you see. Now, if the question comes, would you like to jump from an airplane with a parachute? I have no thoughts about this until it happens. And we move on. A very Ramana Maharshi way. Thank you for that thought. It's just a thought. It's not active, it's not working, it's not important. Because the thought is somewhere over there in the airplane, jumping, imagining, free falling, what type of day it is. We can all imagine, we can all make up stories in our mind. When there's no thoughts, everything becomes real. You see, and we say we look for reality. We think about what reality is. We think reality is after the body dies. We think reality is in God's kingdom. We think reality is having to obey certain religious faiths and guidelines from powerful people. That's reality. If you don't behave, you don't experience this real situation, But reality is in the here and now. The thought may appear to be real in your mind, but it's not true, because it's just a thought. We can all look at catalogues and say, oh, I'd like to look like that person. Beautiful, slim, elegant body, or muscular body, whatever. Hairstyle, like, so cute. One day I'm going to do that, you see. I'm going to be like that one. And you buy some gym equipment or dietitian books or yoga or workouts or exercise. And you're putting into practice. You're actually not, you're using the thoughts to benefit what you want. Not many complete the course, you see. Because we know it was just a dream, just a catalogue. Same as the book, just a book, just words. Was reading the book about the figure coming in the restaurant. Beautiful experience. It made me feel, yes, there's something special about this life. Just a minuscule feeling. But when the actuality of someone that shines like a beacon within you certainly outweighs the experience of reading the book. Because the reason it's taking you into a fake restaurant, into their possible experience. That's why when I paint, it's just an experience. I don't explain my paintings because I don't want to put anyone into that. I can imagine how this artist reached or attained this painting now. I see the story behind it, you see. But it's the artist's story behind it. If you see your story behind it, if you see the effect it has on you by actually perceiving, looking and witnessing the painting, you don't say to the artist, oh, that's a great painting about your history, your story. You say to the artist, it's like I'm witnessing my own story. And the artist will say, it's your painting. It's your story. It doesn't belong to me, said the artist. It doesn't belong to the art gallery. The paint belongs to the paint. The story belongs to the story. The artist belongs to the artist. We think we're sharing, we think we're having an effect. But there's only one effect. I think Jim Carrey says it. First celebrity you'll hear that actually has awakened and actually speaks truly, genuinely. He thought he was having an effect on everyone. But when you force your effect on anyone else, it may be a great effect, but it may not. So you're taking a risk, you're taking a little shot at thinking they're going to like what I do. These words are maybe not to your taste. My painting is maybe not to your taste. But that what shines like a beacon within you is beyond all these fictitious tastes. I imagine James Redfield did witness something within that appeared to be some person. It wasn't the person walking into the room. It was that Sadhguru, that shining like a beacon eye, seeing itself for the first time, opening itself for the first time, revealing itself for the first time. understanding itself for the first time. That shines like a beacon through the personal body experience. That light never dies. That beacon never falters. That beacon is the truth. For myself, this life, this world, even in darkness, shines like a beacon. It's just a term. The mind will go into words of into the light, and religious people will go into their religious understanding, and the spirituals go their understanding, and the scientists' understanding of energy and all that stuff. But it's just a way to describe my effect on this world that is not forced, not planned, not organized, not given lightly, but is truly useful to not inflict harm on any living being, any living form, any living animal, any living meaning shining. Namaste.